Welcome to the Fright Zone.
Welcome to Scare LA! It's horrific to see you. See you at Dark Harbor in October.
So it's no secret that Queen Mary is one of the most haunted places in the U.S. Each year, paranormal investigators, ghost enthusiasts, and critics alike come to the ship to investigate on their own and have their own experiences. So with her 80-year history and the dozens and dozens of souls who have reportedly taken up permanent residence aboard, what better place to host one of Southern California's scariest and best haunts? And yes, I'm admittedly a little bit biased. So, over 20 years ago, the Queen Mary started creating haunted events, and Dark Harbor was born 5 years ago in 2010, and has been getting better and better ever since, thanks to an incredible group of very talented and creative people who come together each year to further develop characters, create bigger and better stories, and really to create the best possible experience for all of you. Thankfully, some of those people have joined me today because they are far more interesting to listen to than I am. So I'm going to turn it over at this point to our creative director with Charlie Productions, Miss J.J. Wicker.
Thanks, Steve. Thanks, everybody, for coming. We're so excited. I'm going to share everything, and then at the very end, we're going to expose to you what's new for 2014. But what we want to share with you first is the rich history that Queen Mary has to offer. First of all, we are so lucky to be doing a haunt on the Queen Mary to show you the rich history that we get to bring to life every year. So we want to expose you guys to what is really behind the hulls of the Dark Harbor. So go ahead, Brian.
So for anybody that doesn't know, and hopefully that's no one in this room, the Queen Mary is perhaps the most famous and well-regarded ocean liner of all time. She first sailed in 1936. We are coming up on the 80th anniversary of her christening in September. In addition to traveling the world carrying literal and figurative royalty for a number of years, she's of course lived on in Long Beach since she was sold to the city in 1967 as a tourist attraction, a hotel, and of course event center, which is where these wonderful people come in.
So, like Brian was saying, we tapped into that, and by bringing to life those historical stories and the paranormal activity aboard the ship, we bring to the Dark Harbor 6 very unique mazes, and Adam's going to take us through each of those mazes.
Yeah, so the mazes for this year, we have 6 total. 3 that are going to be on the ship, 3 that are going to be off the ship. The first 3 that we're going to talk about are all returning. We have Village of the Damned that has been taken over. It's been taken over by a new monster. And here, exclusively at Scare LA, we are going to reveal to you the secrets of this maze. Also, we have revealing what's in store for you. Only here at Scare LA, we're going to go through 2 absolutely brand new mazes, both of which are going to be on the ship this year. That will come in Okay.
And then to share with you a little bit more of what else is we have to offer outside of these crazy, scary mazes, Brian's going to take us through what's outside of the mazes so you can have fun while you're not being scared on board.
So last year with our captain bringing in a circus to celebrate the takeover of Dark Harbor, we couldn't very well have a circus without a freak show. So we're going to have the freak show return this year. But it's going to be an all-new freak show experience with new freaks, some returning, some old, some new. Some are going to be let loose that you previously hadn't seen before, will be roaming the area. And the freak show will be a part of the Monster Midway. So with the change in the layout of the outdoor area, we're creating a midway experience, which will have rides, games, food, freak show, a bar, what else? The lounge. It's going to be the heart of the event this year.
We're talking about, we were very lucky to have this haunt aboard the Very Haunted Queen Mary, and when when Dark Harbor started to gain presence at the Queen Mary, we decided that we really wanted to go back to the source, the Queen Mary. So what we did is we went to the attractions group, and they handed us over a huge stack of stories that they've been collecting throughout the years, from guests, from paranormal experts, from shows that have come to film there. Stories upon stories upon stories. So we went through all of those stories and we developed an incredible cast of characters that bring to life these encounters. We've got Scary Mary, we're going to go through all those details, but we have all these characters that bring to life these rich encounters. First of all, though, before we get into the 5 main cast of the Queen Mary stories, we would love to introduce to you, ladies and gentlemen, at Scare LA, the Ringmaster.
Months that don't have an O. Yes, it's true. They got me out of my coffin early to be here at Scare LA. You're lucky because the Reptile Super Show in Riverside, they offered me big money. I came here today to be with you. Yes. Someone help me up on the stage. Thank you, darling. Hello, Oxenta Skate. Hello, children. It's horrific to be here.
I'm terrified.
Darling, we haven't seen each other in ages.
It's been almost 9 months. Terrific. You look terrifying.
Thank you. I've been on my belly fat diet. I'm trying to get more belly fat. I was taking out of craft services. Delicious.
Thank you so much for joining us, Ringmaster. You look as horrific as ever.
Oh, it's a delight to be here, children. Thank you for coming to see me.
So, Katie, Christina, do you want to take us to the other characters? If you can handle the horror, having the Ringmaster up here with you.
Alright, well first we're going to talk about the captain. So the captain is basically, he leads all the other spirits that haunt the Dark Harbor. He is actually based after a captain that died on the Queen Mary as when it was the Grey Ghost. And basically, he leads over, like I said, all of the spirits and directs all of the festivities going on at Dark Harbor. And next, we have Graceful Gale. And Graceful Gale is based on actually an experience that we learned from Brian and his team, which JJ brought to life. And she is based on a character, or actually an actual person, a woman that was on the ship in 1939. She boarded the ship and they actually don't know whatever happened to her. And Graceful Gale will be dancing her way through Dark Harbor. And the best thing about Graceful Gale is she's actually looking for a dancing partner. So be careful. She does like to take some of our guests, take them apart, and perhaps reassemble them into her new dance partner.
Oh, it'd be great fun. Well, ladies, wouldn't you like to assemble your own man? And some of you gents, maybe your own man.
And last character we have is Patch Henry. And Henry is based off of a young firefighter that worked along the boat. And basically in 1966 is when he was on the Queen Mary. He was quite the daredevil and actually at one point was jumping over the watertight hatch doors. Sorry, needed to remember that one. And made it over 6, and on his 7th jump, he actually got caught and got cut in half. I believe.
I wish I would have been there!
13. So you can also see Half Hatch Henry in our mazes. I think that's it, actually. Yeah, actually, Christine's going to talk about the rest of our characters.
Okay. I'm going to talk about Samuel the Savage. Samuel is one of our craziest, scariest characters. I'm not sure if you guys have heard about room B340. It's not open to the public. It's one of the rooms on the ship, and when the ship was, I think it was in the Atlantic, he went wild and lost his mind and was murdering several passengers on the ship. Because of that,
Rip them to bits!
It was very brutal. So he got locked up, and in that room, B340, when he was locked up, he went insane, and they left him in there for a long time. And they finally opened the door. His body was shredded to pieces. They don't know exactly whether he was murdered or whether he went crazy and he tore his own self up and just killed himself.
Isn't that a delightful story?
So, in one of our next characters, Scary Mary, I really like this character. I love her location. She's in our pool room. One of my favorite places. It's really eerie in there and really cold. She drowned. She was a young child. She was super playful and very happy before she was drowned. And now you can see her sometimes in various places on the ship. But I believe that a lot of the sightings are in the swimming pool still, where you really don't want to be stuck in there alone because she's looking for a playmate for eternity.
Yeah, so bring your swimming costume. So you can take a little dip.
Thanks, Katie, Christina. So now we want to share with you guys what we have in store for 2014. Two very brand new mazes aboard the ship, and that first maze is Soulmate. Soulmate is the maze that will bring to life the story of Graceful Gale. So as the ladies were talking about, Graceful Gale has been set loose in Soulmate, where she is assembling her own perfect dance partner. And at the end of the maze, you'll have to wait and find out. But it's going to be terrifying. It's brand new, and it is aboard the ship that will be going through some very haunted, paranormal active spaces. The second maze that we want to introduce to you for 2014, brand new, is Maze B340. As you can guess it, brings to life the stories of Samuel the Savage, our most violent. I won't say he's the most dangerous, because he's hardly dangerous, but he's probably the most violent of our characters, of our spirits.
Pussycat. Kid stuff.
She's the only one that can control him. That's right. So throughout this maze, you are going to get the opportunity to go through
Scary Nonzo! That's truly terrifying.
You are going to get the chance in this maze to go through the warped and very schizophrenic mind of Samuel the Savage. And that's a place I don't want to go. And Adam mentioned this earlier as a teaser, but the village, we are giving a whole new makeover to the village. The Voodoo Village. Last year with the circus came a whole band of gypsies, and they have completely taken over what we know of as Village of the Damned. So the whole spin-off of the village is taken over by monstrous gypsies.
We're sorry they invited us in the first place. We're taking over more real estate.
So anyway, along with the Voodoo Village comes an all-new monstrous creature that we're bringing to life. And she's been set loose on Dark Harbor, ladies and gentlemen, the Voodoo Priestess for 2014. She's terrifying. She's full of dark magic, and I do not want to even guess what kind of mischief the Ringmaster and the Voodoo Priestess are going to get into together.
We haven't met yet. We're going to meet for Starbucks later.
And last and certainly not least, we are so excited this year because we're trying something brand new. We are going to present to you an exclusive encounter called Encounters. And this new terrifying experience that will be exclusive, that will be available in limited supply, will take you through an entire new area that we have never brought you on in the Queen Mary. And of course, as a lot of the areas that we expose you to, this area where Encounters will take you is very, very active with paranormal activity. Friends, for 2014, two brand new mazes. Village of the Damned is getting a new makeover of Voodoo Village. We introduced to you the Voodoo Priestess and Encounters. We are very excited. So, we're so excited to be here at Scare LA, and since we have you guys all here, and it's the first time you are getting introduced to us, we would love to open it up for a Q&A, so you can ask us what you want to ask us, and we can tell you what we can tell you.
Come on, I know you're dying to know all about me.
Yeah, go ahead.
Miss Ringmaster, what is the scariest encounter you have had on the Queen Mary?
Scariest encounter I've had on the Queen Mary. Well, I think the costumers were rather scared of the Takes a team of experts to put this together, strap it up and cinch it in. I will tell you, we had an encounter one night when all the lights went off and the fire alarm started, and we think we actually saw the lady in white. Yes, we saw her drafting through, wafting across the dance floor. We felt a cold chill of excitement. The hair on my what's left of it. The hair so then, I really feel like I had a paranormal experience. Although the adult encounter sounds mighty fun too for next season.
Karma.
Hey,
Son of a
JJ.
bitch!
JJ, I also wanted to mention that we are actually holding auditions for Dark Harbor next weekend. So if anybody's interested in information about that, come see myself or Bree after this is over with, and we can tell you how to apply online and come down and play with us. Yes, we are.
Thank you.
Well, I have a question.
What's the prep time for the
Who's
makeup?
coming to Dark Harbor?
What's the prep time for the makeup? Like, how long is a performer sitting in a chair getting all the makeup done?
Can you repeat the question?
How, like, for a performer, what's the prep time like? How long are they there?
Well, it depends because there's several different levels of characters.
It's almost here, isn't it exciting?
It is.
Easy ones? Are you the crazy ones who come and line up like 6 days early?
Pretty much.
Oh, that's fantastic! Oh, I will come out and walk the line this year and say hello to my people! Oh, without you I'm nothing. It's true, my darling.